Perfect. Hey guys, this is Mani Karthik here with another episode of a lot of different things, SEO tips and tricks, online marketing and everything. A common question that I get asked. A lot of people ask me, what are the best ways to make money online and work from home? Like, are there genuine work from home jobs that people can do and make money sitting at home? Because a lot of folks, like for example, housewives or people who lost their jobs, or people who are unable to travel or commute to their workplaces and have trouble finding good jobs, but are talented, want to do part-time jobs from home, and the question is, can they actually make money doing that? So let's take a look. Well, there's good news and bad news. So bad news first is that there is a lot of misinformation on the internet. A lot of things that you hear and see on the internet that promises about making a lot of money online working from home is probably not true. And you will learn about this once you try it, only once you try it. So it takes a little bit of time learning about these things. And once you learn it, then it's sometimes too late. And this is the reason why a lot of people complain about these things and say that these are scams, none of these things work, which is actually not true. There is about maybe 10% of all these work from home jobs that you listen and hear that could be true. So let me just talk about that 10%. And this comes from my experience working 10 plus years in this industry, working and trying out different stuff basically. I've tried out all kinds of work from home jobs and freelance business and everything right from 2005 onwards. So I kind of know what's going on there, what is the real deal and what is not. Okay, so here's the thing. Work from home jobs is very generic. As in, when people ask me what are the good work from home jobs out there, that is very generic. You could be an engineer, you could be a doctor, you could be a video editor or a creative guy. So work from home jobs is really generic. I think you have to be very specific about what is it that you actually can do. And the first question I ask people when they approach me with this question is, what are your skills? What can you actually do that can make you money? Because your skills is what matters. And a lot of people just think that skill doesn't matter, and they're actually willing to do whatever it takes to make money, which I don't think is a good approach, because that's how you get attracted to these wrong scams and all these different things. Because most of the times they promise you saying that sit at home, spend about 1 or 2 hours per day and make money. And in your mind, when you think of money, you're thinking about, thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars. When in reality, what they mean by money is basically peanuts. Because, for example, one of the most common work from home jobs that gets advertised on the internet is data entry, and a lot of people know about data entry, and that's probably the most easiest thing someone can do sitting at home. So a lot of people approach me saying, hey, I'm willing to do data entry jobs, which is a good website where I can approach and find out good gigs for this. And my answer to that is, you see, data entry don't really require any specific skills other than just typing and basic internet connectivity, right? And think of all the people who can do this, who might be your competition. So even if you find a good gig, as in somebody who's willing to give you that opportunity, think about all the people who will be competing for it, because you don't have any specific skill apart from maybe your typing speed or whatever. There isn't anything that you can bring to the table. So what happens is it becomes a stale option. So instead of thinking of what you can do or what can make you money, think about what skill you have. For example, if you're a video editor, you could be an amazing resource to someone who's a YouTuber like me, because we have a lot of time crunch and we can't actually find time to edit our videos. So someone like you sitting remotely can probably help us do it by maybe if you upload the videos online, you could perhaps download it and edit it and put it back online or something like that. That is a big value add. So you have to think about the value add that you can bring to whoever is employing you or whoever is ready to hire you. So think about the value add first, and don't just get attracted by the money value they promise or the ease of doing it or things like that. Because if it is too easy for everyone to do, then there is hundreds or thousands of people like you who is willing to do it. So don't think in those lines. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about is there are different websites that actually hires people on a, from a remote location kind of thing. So for example, there used to be Elon's. I think they've rebranded to Upwork.com, Upwork.com, which is a great website where you can somebody who's willing to hire people can post their job. As for example, if I am willing to hire somebody to write something for me or edit my videos or do something, I can post it on Upwork and I can let people bid against those. For example, if you are somebody who can edit videos to me, I'll post my requirement on Upwork and you can say, hey, we are great video editors. We are working from New Delhi or Sri Lanka or wherever, and we can do this job for XYZ dollars, this much time. This is these are past works that we've done. Or if you're a new guy, you can promise saying that this is the kind of quality we can deliver. Whatever it is, you can basically bid against my gig, my job posting, and I would look at your profile and say, okay, this guy looks interesting, so I'm going to hire this guy. So this is possible. What you need to do is look at these amazing portals or job portals where you can bid and find out such gigs, because these are authoritative, verified websites and not just any website which just promises to do anything. Because I've noticed that I think 2 or 3 people have complained to me saying that they found out a remote work, a work from home work on OLX or Indeed.com or even LinkedIn.com, where they actually couldn't verify the employer, and they did the work, and they always want to do upfront work, and they don't pay you unless you actually complete the work, and they got ripped off because once they delivered the work, it was, I think, article writing, but then once you deliver the work, they just disappear and they don't pay you the money. They can quote you different things saying that your quality wasn't good or things like that. And this doesn't happen with credible authoritative websites like Upwork.com, because they verify the seller, they verify who's posting the job, and they also verify they have pays or ways to pay you and things like that. So it's all looked into. It's very transparent. You can look into the review history of the employer. So if you think that this guy is a scamster, is basically just trying to get free work, then you can report it and things like that. So there are a bunch of different other websites like Upwork. I can link to all of them from one of my article in the description, so do check it out, but only go through these websites and not to anyone who post on OLX or all these classifieds and job boards and things like that, because it's not verified. So yeah, these are the 2 things. Think about your value, what you can bring to the table, what are your values. Maybe if it is typing, you can type at really crazy speeds, or maybe a language that not anyone knows, or maybe you have crazy video editing skills, or you have Photoshop skills, or whatever it is. Try to bring that skill to the table and pitch with that. Don't go for the other way around, which is, hey, how can I make money? I'm willing to do anything. Don't go that route, because you are going to be disappointed. Number 2 is go and find these gigs only from reputed authoritative websites like Upwork, so that you don't get scammed. And number 3 is don't go with high expectations in terms of revenue, because most of the times what happens is the revenue comes in after a period of time. For example, if I'm hiring someone new, I need to make sure that this person does the job really well and provides the kind of quality that I want. So unless I see that quality, I'm not willing to pay everything. So what I would initially do is pay them like 10% or 20% or sometimes even 50% of the actual budget, and ask them to do the job, see a few demos. Sometimes I would ask people to do free articles as well. Like, for example, do one small job for free just to test the quality. And if I'm happy with it, I go ahead. So go with that kind of an expectation. Don't expect people to pay you upfront unless you have a long history with you and you have done a lot of jobs and you can always boast about the clients that you've had and everything. So unless you have that, go with an open mind and make sure that you're willing to do experiments and willing to do demo jobs for people so that they get happy with your work and hire you more. And I always go for long-standing relationships wherein if I like someone and their work, I try to work with them more and more, because once you work more with the same person, you get to understand better, and you meet expectations, and you don't have to educate them on what you want and things like that. So I always go for long-standing relationships, but once to get to that level, you need to try out different things from a very small level. So that's my advice to people who are looking for work from home jobs in India. There's a lot of scam running around and floating around on the internet, so don't believe all of those. Don't go for these very cheap 1 hour per day data entry kind of jobs, because that will only pay you peanuts, and it won't. Basically, it's a time suck for you, and you'll be spending a lot of time and making, like, I don't know, 500 rupees per week or things like that, which is, I don't know if that is enough for you to make a living. So go bigger and go for authoritative, verified websites, and go with your skill on the table, because that nobody can deny. I hope you liked that video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe, and also hit the bell icon, because everybody says so. This is Mani Karthik here. See you in another video. Bye.